This your boy didn't know about back with another video. Say man, yeah. Excuse me her, man. Excuse me her. It's been a long day. But Nas Reid and Jaden McDaniels, they just saved the Timberwolves season. Now, I ain't gonna lie. I cut the game off in the fourth quarter between the Minnesota Timberwolves and the Oklahoma City Thunder. They were getting their ass whooped. Let's just keep it a buck. Let's just keep it a buck. But they ended up coming back from like 25 down to beat the Thunder at home. Now, I didn't catch this game, the full game, but I have been noticing since Julius Randle and Dante DiVincenzo got hurt, Jaden Daniels and Nas Reed have been going off, man. And if you know me, you know my biggest criticism of the Minnesota Timberwolves have been the role players. Anthony Edwards hadn't had a stable group of role players around him his whole career. They on a like third iteration of teams for role players for Anthony Edwards. Because remember they had the Patrick Beverly, the D'Angelo Russell, Jared Vanderbilt. Then it was Cat, Gobert, and all those guys. Now is Julius Randle, is Nas Reed, Dante DiVincenzo, but whatever. Nas Reed and Jaden McDaniels, I always thought since they was part of the young core, it was Anthony Edwards, Nas Reed, and Jaden McDaniels. That was the young core. And then they was putting pieces around them. I always thought McDaniels and Reed had to step up. Now last year Nas Reed was sixth man of the year and he came on strong, but I always felt like they could do more. Nas Reed and Jaden McDaniels have been averaged close to 40 a game in the last 10. Um, Nas Reed is giving you 20 and 8. Jaden McDaniels is giving you about 17 and 8. And with a scorer like Anthony Edwards, who's go definitely, because Anthony Edwards is at that age and he's at the skill level of a guy. He can carry the offensive burden, bro. So he wouldn't mind taking 20 to 25 shots a game. You just need the second and third guy to do their part. And over the last few weeks, like Jaden McDaniels and Nas Reed have been doing their part. And hey, let me give a shout out to Terrence Shannon Jr., Jalen Clark, Rob Dillingham. Those young guys are stepping up as well. Now the Timberwolves legit probably have a top five young core. I'm just saying, in terms of totality, like 8 players, because they got, okay, let's see, you got Anthony Edwards, Nas Reed, Jaden McDaniels, Rob Dillingham, Terrence Shannon Jr., uh, Jalen Clark. That's 6. So you got about 6 guys now that's young and that you could rock with going into the future. So I love what Minnesota did in this last year's draft. Terrence Shannon Jr. is a baller, bro. Like I was following him earlier in his career in college when he was at Texas Tech. I remember Ticket TV was saying he should have went number 1 in the draft, which was crazy. But he was high on Terrence Shannon Jr. Terrence Shannon Jr. was really good at Illinois. So bro, I think he about 6'6", strong build, did multiple years in college. He ready to play right now. Did Rob Dillingham. We know he's been a bucket and he's been popular since he was in high school. So to get those two type of players with that skill level to add to your young core, and they've actually produced. They produced on big stages. So the sky's the limit for the Timberwolves team, and they seem like a good matchup for OKC. Now, OKC is starting to look very vulnerable. I don't think Chet played today, but at home, they're a great team, and they just seem to always struggle with the Timberwolves. So, I mean, I like this team, bro, because what happened? Nikhil Alexander Walker stepped up. Oh, he young. He one of the young guys, too. But he had 21 off the bench. Terrence Shannon Jr. had 17 off the bench. Rob Dillingham had 12 off the bench. Jaden McDaniels had 27. Nas Reed had 22. So in the game against Oklahoma City Thunder, the best defense and the best team in the league, Anthony Edwards was 5 for 15 from the field, had 17 points, but he did have 13 rebounds and 8 assists. So he was doing all the little things, but he wasn't scoring like that. For this Timberwolves team is down Dante DiVincenzo, down Julius Randle, down Rudy Gobert to beat a pretty healthy Oklahoma City Thunder team that just like the only person that didn't play was I almost called him Cooper Flat, Chet Holmgren. So with no Chet Holmgren, like the Oklahoma City still should have been favored in this game, and they were, and they still should have won this game. But I'm just saying, Jaden McDaniels and Nas Reed are the X factors for the Minnesota Timberwolves. They saved the season, bro. Them and the other young guys. This youth movement going on in Timberwolves. Now, you would ask the question, what we doing with Julius Randle? Let that nigga walk, man. Or I don't know. I don't know what you do with Julius Randle, but you don't need Julius Randle no more. I mean, it depends what he come back and do. But Mike Conley needs to be out the rotation when DiVincenzo get back. And I like that 8. You got a core of Nikhil. You got a core of starting lineup. So I got Nikhil Alexander-Walker, Anthony Edwards, Jalen Clark, Jaden McDaniels, and Rudy Gobert. But no. I want Nikhil Alexander-Walker. I want Anthony Edwards, Jalen Clark. No, Jaden McDaniels. I'm so stupid. Sorry. Let me get Nikhil Alexander-Walker. Let me get Anthony Edwards, Jaden McDaniels, Naz Reid, Rudy Gobert. That's your best 5. You want to go small? Julius Randle, Naz Reid, Jaden McDaniels, Anthony Edwards, Nikhil Alexander-Walker. So it's a lot of lineup combinations Minnesota Timberwolves got. They can play pretty much any style. You can go big, you can go small, you can go fast, go tall. So I like what's going on in Minnesota right now. Anthony Edwards is looking like he's figuring out, kind of like how Jason Tatum was. I can do a whole bunch of everything. So once Anthony Edwards figures out when to go, when not to go, when to shoot, when not to shoot, when to take it to the basket, when to feed the hot hand, when he learns the small nuances of basketball even better than what he already knows, the sky's the limit for Timberwolves. Right now, let me check the standings. I think they are, in the standings, they are the 7th seed. Dallas is the 8th seed. Who they got coming up? They have the Lakers on Thursday. That's going to be a big game. So they got the Lakers on Thursday. Then they got the Jazz on Friday. And in March, they got the Heat, the Spurs, and the Nuggets. So they got a pretty solid schedule. Not the toughest, not the greatest. So we'll really get to see what the Minnesota Timberwolves look like. I think, in my personal opinion, the Timberwolves are, let me see where they rank in my West hierarchy. So OKC, Lakers, Denver, and Minnesota and Dallas. I think those teams have the highest ceiling. OKC, the Lakers, Denver, Dallas is the 4th, and 5th, I would possibly say, I don't know who that 5th team is. That's just my top 4. So I think in terms of ceilings, Minnesota still has a top 4 ceiling, and I think their season is going in the right direction. I think they could catch the Clippers and the Rockets to get to one of those 6th or 5th spots, and I think the top 6 will end up being OKC, Denver, Memphis, Lakers, Minnesota, and Dallas. I think that's what the top 6 will go end up being, because I still like Dallas. I don't care what nobody's saying. AD got hurt, I understand that, but Dallas is a hell of a team. Golden State, they a play-in team, bro. And they a play-in team, bro. Like, I'm not buying the Golden State hype. But y'all let me know in the comments how y'all feeling about Minnesota. Do y'all think Minnesota has go finish the season top 6? Do y'all think Minnesota has a chance to make it back to the Western Conference Finals? Let me know who's the X factor for Timberwolves. But this is your boy Jaden. Please make sure you like, comment, subscribe. Please like, comment, subscribe. It helps me out a lot. But I'm gone.
Found some shit I love to do, so I can look comfortable. Searching for a peace of mind, need that when it's time to rhyme. Perfect in every line, any chance I get, and I know it takes time, but I would never quit.